Karoline Leavitt came ready to defend Donald Trump. But when Jasmine Crockett spoke, everything changed. The red light on the camera turned solid. They were live. At WBTN News in San Antonio, tension buzzed under forced smiles. The panel was a powder keg. Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett calmly adjusted her earpiece, while across the table Karoline Leavitt sat poised, pen in hand. Behind them the screen read, "Justice or Vendetta?" The Trump trials divide America. Moderator Cole Matthews introduced the segment, but sparks flew instantly. "Congresswoman Crockett," he began, "you've criticized the former president's attacks on the courts. How do you respond to those who call it free speech?" "Free speech doesn't protect lies that destroy trust," Jasmine replied. "Calling judges criminals without proof isn't patriotism, it's sabotage." Karoline leaned in. "Millions feel targeted. Trump gives voice to people who no longer trust institutions. Aren't you dismissing real grievances?" "Real grievances need real solutions," Jasmine shot back. "Not lies that serve one man's ego." She turned toward Karoline. "You know what's unfair? A black teenager jailed for petty theft while a former president hoards classified documents and plays victim. She listed cases, Detroit, Fresno, Kansas City, of marginalized people facing full punishment while elites walked free. Karoline scribbled notes, visibly rattled. Tweets lit up the screen. "Crockett is cooking." Karoline looked shook. Jasmine locked eyes with the camera. "I'm not here to comfort. I'm here to tell the truth, even when it's ugly." The studio zoomed in. Karoline cleared her throat, her TV persona cracking. Sweat dotted her temple. Cole hesitated to pivot. Jasmine seized the moment. "We can let lies win, or we can call them out," she said. The country leaned in. Karoline rallied. "Aren't you defending a system that punishes regular Americans while letting political criminals walk?" Jasmine didn't flinch. "You mean like Brock Turner? Getting 3 months for assault while a kid in Tulsa got 5 years for stealing a backpack?" Karoline's fingers trembled off camera. A rogue cameraman caught it. "I'm not here to play victim," Jasmine added. "Patriotism means telling the truth when it's hard, not when it's convenient." Karoline asked, "Do you really believe this, or are you just playing for the cameras?" "I believe it," Jasmine replied, "because I lived it." Then she leaned in. "Let's talk about fairness, about kids in Rikers for months without trial, about people gunned down at traffic stops." Karoline's voice wavered. "You're making this about race." "I'm making this about reality," Jasmine answered, calm but firm. Karoline reached for her water and knocked it over. A production assistant rushed in. Jasmine stayed still. "Fairness means facing hard truths," she said. "It means saying no one is above the law." Karoline's polished exterior began slipping. Sweat, smeared makeup, shaky hands. She tried to respond but couldn't. Then, in front of millions, she slumped sideways, collapsing against the table. Gasps echoed. The studio erupted into motion. Medics rushed in. Jasmine stood frozen. Karoline's chest rose and fell rapidly. Moderator Cole tried to steady the broadcast. "We're experiencing a medical emergency. Please stay calm." But calm was gone. Across America, people watched in stunned silence. The live feed rolled. Hashtags exploded. Crockett clapped back. Truth hurts. Karoline collapses. As Karoline was stretchered off, Jasmine sipped water, unreadable. Cole whispered, "You didn't do anything wrong." "I know," Jasmine said, but her voice lacked certainty. Outside, the sun set over a scene that had exploded. Protesters, yelling, news vans everywhere. Jasmine was swarmed by conflicting reactions, praise, blame, suspicion. In the car, her phone buzzed nonstop. One message stood out. "They're saying you planned it." She tossed the phone onto the seat beside her, pressing her palms to her eyes. Exhaustion soaked through her bones. The driver, a quiet woman with a buzz cut, glanced back. "You want the radio?" Jasmine shook her head. "No. I already know what they're saying." But even without it, she couldn't block it out. Across the country, from Seattle to Jacksonville, families argued over dinner. Hashtags clashed online, and people chose sides. In a Flagstaff diner, an old man muttered, "That Crockett woman said what needed saying." In Boise, a woman turned off the news, fuming. "It's bullying, that's what it is." In Albuquerque, a college student stared at her cracked screen, crying, not from sadness, but because she finally felt seen. Jasmine shook her head. No, I already know what they're saying. But even without it, she couldn't block it out. Across the country, from Seattle to Jacksonville, families argued over dinner, hashtags clashed online, and people chose sides. In a Flagstaff diner, an old man muttered, "That Crockett woman said what needed saying." In Boise, a woman turned off the news, fuming. "It's bullying, that's what it is." In Albuquerque, a college student stared at her cracked screen, crying. Not from sadness, but because she finally felt seen. Jasmine didn't know them. She didn't need to. Their reactions would shape her future. "Can you just drive for a while?" she asked. The SUV moved, blending into traffic. San Antonio's skyline glimmered behind her, indifferent. Somewhere, Karoline lay in a hospital bed. Jasmine pictured tubes, whispers, cameras. Was she sorry? The thought came uninvited. But she hadn't lied. She hadn't attacked. She told the truth. If it broke people, maybe they were never strong enough to face it. The phone buzzed again, her chief of staff. "We need to talk. It's bigger than we thought." Always bigger. By morning, Jasmine's name was everywhere. Cable shows replayed Karoline collapsing, each network twisting the moment. Some called Jasmine a hero. Others made her the villain. The truth no longer mattered. In a modest San Antonio cafe, Dana, her chief of staff, slid a laptop and a stuffed folder across the table. "You're trending #1. "Congratulations," Jasmine said dryly. "They're protesting. Outside your office. Some want you to resign." "I didn't make her collapse," Jasmine whispered. "I told the truth." Dana nodded. "And that's why they're scared." Jasmine stirred her coffee. "So, what now? Apologize for surviving a fight I didn't start?" "No, but be smart. This isn't just about Karoline. It's about control. Who gets to speak? You didn't ask for permission." On a TV nearby, her face flashed. Crockett refuses to apologize. "Good," Jasmine muttered. Dana leaned in. "Most politicians would backpedal." "I'm not most politicians." "No," Dana smiled. You're not." As they left, a woman pushing a stroller stopped. "Thank you, Bitesh, for saying what a lot of us can't." "Thank you for listening," Jasmine replied, a real smile breaking through. Dana whispered, "That's why you can't back down." 3 days later, Jasmine stood on the steps of a courthouse in Santa Fe. She wasn't scheduled to speak, no media team, no teleprompter. But word had spread. Hundreds came, some with signs, others just hoping. Dana handed her a small microphone. Jasmine paused, then spoke, not with fire, but something quieter, stronger. "I didn't come here to make headlines. I came because too many are told to be quiet. I know some think I pushed too hard. That's okay. Fear means change is coming." She paused, letting silence settle. "I didn't cause anyone's collapse, but if the truth shakes a system built on lies, maybe it needs to collapse. No cheers. Just a growing silence that felt like resolve. "You don't have to like me," she said, "but you have to face the truth." In the crowd, a boy clapped softly. Others joined. Steady, like a heartbeat. Dana reappeared beside her. "Are you ready for what's next?" Jasmine nodded. Later that night, alone in her hotel room, she scrolled through messages. Hate poured in. Threats, accusations. But something else too. Stories. Real ones. From people who had stayed silent too long. She leaned back, exhausted but burning with stubborn hope. She realized something no smear campaign could erase. Speaking the truth will cost you. But silence costs even more. And she wasn't going to pay the price of silence. Not anymore. If you believe in standing tall for truth, even when it's hard, subscribe for more stories that cut through the noise. We're just getting started.